welcome back to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Jennifer Fearing, who's the California State Director of the Humane Society of the U.S. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Steve.
Last time you were with us, you talked about 4 bills that were on your plate that you were trying to get through the legislature. As it turns out, you got them all passed and signed by the governor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I guess probably the one that has struck a chord with a lot of people is the shark fin ban. Bans possession and distribution and sale of shark fins. So that was very important to you.
It really was sort of the signature kind of landmark victory for animals and for the oceans this session. You know, we were very heartened that the governor concurred with the legislature that sharks need their fins and we don't. So we're proud that California is sort of part of the global momentum to try to save sharks and stop what right now is a slaughter of up to 73 million sharks per year just for a Chinese delicacy of shark fin soup. So, and we were just joined this week by Canada's largest city, Toronto, which has taken the step of banning shark fin as well. So onward.
Briefly, explain why we want to save the sharks.
Well, sharks are what we call apex predators. They are the top of the marine food web in the ocean, and as a consequence, every fishery, every species that lives in the ocean is really relying on sort of that regulator of the sea, the shark. And when we deplete sharks, and more than a third of shark species are endangered or vulnerable, and most shark species are being depleted at a rapid rate because of this shark fin demand, you really are risking the collapse of the entire ocean marine web. So in addition to the cruelty associated with taking a shark's fins and chucking their body overboard, you're risking really the rest of the ocean sort of ecosystem.
Okay. Let's switch to another subject that's been in the news a lot, and that situation in Ohio where you had this private collector of exotic animals and he commits suicide and all the animals are free to escape and most of those animals have been killed. And can you do that here in California? Can someone collect animals like that in California?
Well, that was certainly a bizarre and surreal experience in Ohio, and I think it really shined a spotlight on sort of where laws are. And here in California, we have since a law that passed in 1985 when Congressman Sam Farr was here in the legislature, really tough laws that ban private ownership of exotic species like the tigers and bears and lions. So it's pretty hard here in California. You have to have a USDA sort of reason, exhibit, breeding, other purpose. So there's limited amount of that, but that law, though it passed in 1985, the Department of Fish and Game has yet to really implement the right regulations in order to ensure that those animals where they are here, that there are proper inspections and that we're really prepared in the event of an escape or a release, as happened in that bizarre case. So we're really hopeful to try to use this Ohio experience to try to make sure California is where it needs to be to prevent any kind of similar tragedy.
The laws are different in Ohio?
There are no laws in Ohio. Absolutely no laws. There are auctions taking place on weekends where kids can walk in and buy a python. I mean, it is absurd, and it was only a matter of time before something like what happened last week was going to occur in Ohio, and Governor Kasich has an opportunity to move swiftly to make it stop.
Briefly, we only have a little time left. I know you're involved with an organization called CalTIP.
Yes.
Turning in poachers.
Yes.
What's that all about?
Yes, well, CalTIP is a 501c3 nonprofit that's affiliated with the Department of Fish and Game, and the goal of CalTIP, which is for Californians Turning in Poachers, is to help raise funds and provide rewards in poaching cases. People would be shocked to learn just how much illegal hunting and illegal polluting is going on in the state of California, and with our warden force at an abysmally low level here in California, it's just almost impossible to keep up with the demand for wildlife poaching. So I've just joined the board of CalTIP and hope to really help raise awareness of this problem and how Californians can help.
All right. Well, Jennifer Fearing, thanks for coming by and talking about these important issues. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll see you next time.